It all started on a rainy Tuesday morning. A man woke up, stretched his arms, and walked to the kitchen to make coffee. But when he opened his cupboard, no coffee. He reached for his wallet, no money. He checked his bank account, $38. But that was not the worst part. He had $17,000 in credit card debt, $9,000 in student loans, and a very expensive coffee addiction. And in that moment, he decided to be smart and take out another loan to pay off his other loans. Yes, that was his master plan, but let's just say it didn't go very well. So welcome back to the channel where we make personal finance less boring than your cousin's wedding slideshow. Now before we jump into today's video, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more fun finance and face palms in the future. Alright, let's talk about the worst ways to pay off your debt. Number 1, shuffling debt, also known as borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. Imagine you're drowning in a lane of a swimming pool, but instead of swimming to the edge, you just jump to another lane on the side, and then you keep jumping and changing the lane. Now, you're thinking that you're making progress, but you're still drowning. That's basically what debt shuffling is. Debt shuffling is when you move your debt around without actually reducing it. It feels like yeah, you're doing something smart, but often it's just a trap. There are a few ways people like to shuffle their debt, and number 1 way is personal loan to pay off credit card debt. So you think my credit card charges 22% interest and a personal loan is only 12%. I'm a genius. Yes, a genius who forgot to stop using the credit card even after paying it off using that new personal loan. Now you have a personal loan and more credit card debt. So yeah, that's not genius, Einstein. Number 2 is HELOC loan, home equity line of credit. This one's for the bold ones. You're in debt, so you go like, hey, I'll just borrow money against my house. Because what could go wrong with betting your shelter on your Amazon shopping habits? I mean, yes, HELOCs offer lower interest, but if you can't pay back because of your spending habits, you could lose your home. From dream home to cardboard box real quick. Number 3 is 401k loan. This one makes me cry in accounting. Seriously, there are people who take loan against their retirement funds. You borrow from your retirement savings to pay off your debt today. I mean, you're trading your future peace for present panic. It's like eating your lunch at 9 a.m. Sure, you're full now, but good luck at 2 p.m., buddy. And if you have ever been hungry at 2 p.m. and you regretted all your life decisions, please like this video because I thought that was funny for some reason. And number 4 is credit card shuffle. Yeah, the old balance transfer trick. 0% interest for the next 12 months. Yeah, count me in. But wait, there is a 3% transfer fee and you forgot to read the fine print. If you miss one payment, will eat your soul. You end up with more cards, more stress, and still the same amount of debt. So the moral of the story is don't just move the debt around like a shell game. It's not gonna go anywhere unless you actually pay it. Second worst way to pay your debt is choosing debt's avalanche method over debt snowball. Now, let's say you actually want to start paying off your debt. That's great, but which method should you choose? Let's break them down in simple English. Avalanche method is when you pay off the debt with the highest interest first. It sounds smart, right? You save money on interest, but it's kind of boring and it's usually not helpful. Because if that high interest debt is big, it's gonna take a very long time for you to pay it back, because of which your other debts are just waiting and piling up on you. So you won't feel like you're making progress even if you paid a huge amount of debt back. So the snowball method is when you pay off the smallest debt first, no matter what the interest rates are. It's like getting small wins, like finishing one donut instead of staring at the whole bakery. Psychologically, it helps you to stay motivated. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say you have a credit card debt of $5,000 at 25% interest. Then you have a car loan of $30,000 at 8% interest. Then you have a student loan of $10,000 at 6% interest. With the snowball method, you pay off the $5,000 worth of credit card debt first, then you feel good, and then you move on to your student loan and then your car loan. With the avalanche method, in this case, you are still gonna pay the credit card debt first, but imagine if that debt was not $5,000 but instead it was $50,000. You would be stuck for months without any win. Then next mistake people make is debt settlement. Let me tell you a sweet little story about a nice man named Rick and the company that promised to erase his debt like magic. Rick was drowning in debt. He had credit cards, personal loans, maybe a gym membership that he forgot to cancel in 2018. Then one day he saw an ad. Cut your debt in half. No more stress. Just pay a small fee and let us handle the rest. Rick said, wow, that sounds amazing. These guys must really care about me. Well, let's just say they did not. See, debt settlement companies work like this. They say they'll talk to the people you owe money to, which are your creditors, basically your banks, and they will negotiate a lower amount. Sounds cool, right? But here's the catch. They usually ask you to stop making your payments and instead, they would ask you to send your money to them. So now your debt is sitting there rotting like a forgotten sandwich while your credit score is falling faster than your will to live on a Monday morning. Meanwhile, you're sending money to the debt settlement company, not your actual lenders, and you are hoping that they will make the calls and do the negotiating like they promised. Let's just say some do. And even if they do, guess what? Your credit score takes a beating. It drops hard because you're missing payments. And the forgiven debt, the part that they reduce, the government might treat it as taxable income. Yes, you might get a bill from the taxman for the debt that you did not pay. So Rick thought that he would pay less, but ended up with worse credit score, a surprise tax bill, and a mysterious $2,000 fee that disappeared into the same black hole as his hopes and dreams. It's like hiring someone to clean your house and they just set it on fire instead. Now, if you have ever gotten one of those erase your debt fast phone calls, did you hang up or get sucked in? Let's talk in the comments. No one's gonna judge. Well, maybe a little bit, but with love. Next mistake people make is not making temporary lifestyle changes. This one's from my fellow avocado toast lovers. Let's talk about that sneaky habit that keeps so many people in debt even when they are trying to get out. Not adjusting your lifestyle, even a little bit. We all want to pay off our debt, but we also want to keep living like we're rich. And I get it. You have had a tough week, you want sushi, you deserve sushi. But if you're drowning in debt, it's not time for sushi. It's time for rice and frozen vegetables. And look, I'm not saying that you have to cancel all joy. I'm not saying you need to live like a monk and meditate in a cave while eating instant noodles. I'm just saying that you need to temporarily chill, just for a while. Give your wallet a little break. Let's look at the math. You eat out, let's say 3 times a week. Maybe it's brunch, takeout, whatever. That's like $30 a pop. $30 3 times, that's $90 per week. And $90 per week means $360 per month. That's over $4,000 per year. That's not brunch, that's betrayal. Now, what if you cut it down to eating out once in a week? That's still fun, and you save maybe $200 per month, and that's $2,400 you could put towards your debt in 1 year. That's like sending a ninja every month to attack your debt in the middle of the night. Imagine how fast it's gonna disappear. Now, I get it, you don't want to give up your treats, but here's the thing. Debt is like a toxic relationship. It's holding you back, it's messing up with your head, and it's draining your money. You need to break up with it, and that means saying no to brunch sometimes. Now tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you know you should stop spending on but you haven't yet? Be brave, we're all financially recovering here, so let's talk in the comments. Now last, not making extra payments. Yes, the minimum payment trap. So innocent, so deadly, and here's how it works. You get your loan, let's say $10,000, and the bank tells you, hey, your minimum payment is only $193 per month. You think, sweet, that's manageable. And the bank thinks, sweet, this guy is gonna be paying us for the next so many years. Because that minimum payment is mostly interest. You're not attacking the main amount, which is your principal amount. You're just kind of flirting with your debt. So let me break it down for you. Imagine you have $10,000 loan, 6% interest, 5-year term. Your monthly payment is $193. Now, if you just do the minimum every month, you will finish it in 5 years. Great. But now, let's say once a year, maybe during tax season or after you get a bonus, you make one extra payment. Just one payment, nothing huge, not an organ donation, not canceling your Netflix, just one extra payment in the whole year. Result, you cut your loan short by 7 months and you save over $200 in interest. That's more than your monthly payment. Why? Because that extra payment goes directly towards your principal amount, not your interest. Now, this was just one extra payment every year. Imagine you started putting down bigger payments towards your loan. It'll be paid off even faster, saving a lot more in interest. That's the money you can spend on literally anything else. Food, savings, investing, a really fancy toothbrush, like whatever the heck you want. It's like hitting the gas for just 1 second and suddenly you are miles ahead. This applies to credit cards, student loans, car payments, mortgage, literally everything. Extra payments are your secret weapon. Even small ones, even if it's just $50 here or $100 there, they add up
really fast.
So debt is like mold. The longer you ignore it, the worse it gets. But with the right mindset and a solid plan, you can kill it faster than a cockroach in a microwave. If you learned even one thing today, or just liked my jokes, or even hated it, please hit the like button. I'll just try better next time. And click on this video to watch more valuable content like this. Until then, stay smart and don't pay 22% interest to buy a pizza. I'll see you in the next one, and peace out.